Um, I'm just eating this egg shaped lolly. You see that?
Wow. What does it taste like?
Tastes like well, it really tastes like eggs.
Okay,
Like rotten
great.
eggs. It's so
Oh,
so weird that we make little foods that look like other foods.
is it?
I guess so. Something to say. It only really
You say
exists in
it's
that
something
form.
to say.
I don't know, dude.
It's always good to start a podcast with, well, it filled some time.
Well, someone's got to say
A
something.
minute and a half in. Oh, good.
You
Hey,
got any other non-confectionery topics that you want to discuss?
Well, I
Be my guest?
think we might as well get this out of the way first. I don't think we've talked about this, but I went and saw a film called One Battle After Another, and you might have heard of it. It's a little indie flick. Daniel Day-Lewis. No, that's not right. Paul Thomas Anderson and Leonardo DiCaprio. And a couple of friends had mentioned it, and I thought,
Chase
I'll go check it
Chase
out.
Infinity, Nick. Okay,
Chase Infinity.
I'll just say the mixed race woman. Okay, if you're just going to stay
Thank you.
white men, Jesus.
Okay. I was excited to finally get to the cinema. You had been on my back about it. What a great film.
Yeah. Did you feel like it was too long, or do you feel like it went quickly?
No, I didn't. I thought it went fast. I
Yeah.
mean, when I saw 2 hours 40, whatever it was, that sometimes raises an eyebrow. Like, oh, how's it going to go? But it's very propulsive.
Yeah, yeah.
For me, the experience was the first half hour sort of being this long montage almost. Like it's sort of its own little chapter.
Yeah.
And I guess first time through the film, you don't really know what to expect, and you don't know that this is just
Setting up
minutes.
for the main.
Setting up
For the main
so
movie,
I was
yeah.
like, oh, is it going to be this sort of like abbreviated, almost like super cut montagey sort of thing for a bit? Like I couldn't get my feet.
Yeah.
But then when I realized, oh, okay, no, we're jumping forward in time. That's the preamble. Here's, the aftermath. Then I was like, okay, now I get it. I've found my sea legs. And you can really sink into it. And I think at that point, you basically only have 2 hours left. So at that, you sort of, it's like you've watched a little 1 episode preamble, and then you get to watch a movie.
And that's when it just takes off and becomes so fun. Yeah. I mean, Benicio, I mean, there's
Benicio's
so many
good.
so many moments in that movie where you're instantly like, this is going to be one of those classic movie moments for like many years. The
And he's
dancing,
funny.
the
Like,
cops,
it's- Yeah, it's just like iconic. Like
cool.
as you
Yeah,
say, sort
iconic.
of like almost memeable, not in a way that's deliberate or try hard, but just like
No, it's-
when you have someone with charisma and character like that who's able to turn it on and deliver with a look or with a movement choice or something like that.
But
It's really
and it's just like effortlessly cool,
Yeah.
And his character was chill, but it had like kind of Lebowski kind of energy.
Yeah. The one sort of complaint I have about it is that for the most part, I think it feels real, or at least it's trying to communicate real. And then within that, there's sort of like a wry humor and like a sort of dry comedy to it all, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the one place where I sort of lost that was falling off the building. And that one moment jars for me where it's like, that person would die. I couldn't. At that one moment, I was like, I see the comedic intent here, or the dramatic subversion here, but it was just so implausible that he gets up and walks away. I just kind of, that's the one note I had, was like, maybe you could have staged this kind of differently.
Yeah, I'm thinking about it now, and I think that the rooftop chase scene is so perfect and funny in so many ways. And but now that you're saying that, I think I did maybe subconsciously register that fall was maybe a bit too far and a bit too hard for that to...
It's like 10 meters. It's like legitimately like a 3rd-story building.
Yeah, because
to
if I
the
remember...
floor via a little bit of tree.
Right, yeah, and then if I remember correctly, it cuts then after then, and we're not sure if he is dead.
Well, he gets up and he walks around the corner straight away, and then he gets tackled
Right.
by the police.
Right.
So he falls all the way, he gets up and he starts walking again. I'm like, that's not reality anymore.
No.
This guy is like stoned out of his mind or like drunk at that point.
Yeah.
And just like RoboCop, I don't know, Terminator.
I would love PTA to field that question at a Q&A thing. That would be interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
He has to know what he's doing, you know.
Yeah, he's been working this movie for like 10 years or whatever. Yeah, I mean, if that's like a negative note, then you're doing pretty well, I think.
Yeah, it's not even like a huge
Yeah.
criticism. Like I didn't walk away thinking like, well, that's ruined the movie. It was just the one time where I was
It
like,
just takes you out of the world ever so slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Sean Penn.
And then on the flip side, Sean Penn is doing some shit. The flip side, the thing that got me that I can't believe no one's done, or if they have done, I've never seen it, is the car chase just over hills.
Oh,
just the like momentum of like going up and down these crests,
the waves, yeah.
you know, and the camera being so close to the ground so that it's like you're almost part of the roller coaster.
Totally.
And there's this like creeping tension as you see the car behind like getting closer and closer.
Yeah.
I just thought that's genius.
It's
like
genius.
It's so simple.
Never seen a car chase like that, and it takes place essentially on a straight road. There's basically no turns, but you're just going up and down. Like I've seen it twice now, and the second time I actually saw it in the seats.
Oh,
yeah, I didn't want
like an IMAX ride or something, like 4D.
No, Hoyts have it now here. They're called the 4D things.
Weird.
So they go up, and I was like, that was the second time I'd seen it, and I was like, this is adding literally nothing. Like you can turn it off, you can adjust the power levels, and I just turned mine off within 10 minutes. I was like, this isn't cinema, baby.
Yeah.
But then I knew that car scene was coming up, and I was like, I just leant over and cranked Lauren's up, and she's like, what are you doing? And I was like, yeah, just.
The other thing, so the thing that I walked away from feeling was this was a Coen Brothers movie. Like, it really had that kind of, that sort of whimsical relationship between violence and between, like, chance and the unexpected things. You're frowning in a way that diminishes.
Yeah, I didn't like that you said that.
What? Do you not respect the Coen Brothers? Do you not feel like it was a little bit, like... No Country for Old Men.
I do. I get what you're saying. Like it's his funniest film today, and it's like the epicness of it is. But it's just, I know there's like a PTA Coen Brothers kind of rivalry. Maybe that exists only in my head. I don't know. But
I haven't heard of it.
I mean, yeah, I get what you're saying. It still feels like it kind of has that Licorice Pizza kind of style. That
I never saw Licorice Pizza, but
you did it? Honestly,
no.
Don't.
I mean, we could go off on a full tangent here about how the Coen brothers aren't working together, and the most recent Coen brother solo project was panned, which is interesting. Anyway, that's neither here nor there.
And they're both trans.
The other thing that, oh great, the other thing that gave me that flavor, I think, was almost a burn after reading this to the epilogue for Sean Penn's character.
Yeah,
because the way that plays out, where you have these, also the underground bunker decision making of the Christmas Collective stuff. That
Christmas
felt very
Adventurers Club.
reading. Christmas, yeah.
How funny is that?
And the way that ends up for that character is very like Coen-y to me. Like that is pure like almost farcical irony, you know, like cosmic comeuppance. So, you know, anyway, I thought it was a compliment, but I don't want to turn
I'm just being a snub. Well, I'm glad you liked it.
So thank you. Yeah, thank you for encouraging. I also told Dad to go. We haven't even mentioned Johnny Greenwood's score, but we can just assume that we both love it. I told Dad to go see it because he's currently off today to go to London to go see Radiohead. And so he's in a huge Radiohead mood. And I said, well, did you know, one of the Radioheads wrote the score for this film. So he took himself along to the theatre and enjoyed himself a lot.
Wow. Oh, yeah. I mean, the strings. Did you
huge chord. Yeah.
I was listening to it the other day on my headphones late at night, And Lauren came out. I was just like, she's like, "You crying?" I'm like, "A little. I don't know. It's powerful."
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. Welcome to Deep Thought, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us here in another episode of the podcast. We talk about the things that matter, and we're two people that don't. Sitting through the internet with me this week, my friend Michael. Hello.
What's up, Tiger?
And my name's Nick. Hi, Nick. Hi. How are we?
Pretty good. Pretty exhausted. Got the old family staying at the moment. The other side.
Oh.
Yep. So it's been a lot of sociality. Is that a word? Probably not.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is. Close quarters.
Yeah, just been doing a lot of music. I'm sending the and there's that song that I sent you off for a mix tonight. I have to finish it tonight, so I have to the bird one, the butcher bird one.
Oh, yeah, nice.
So yeah,
Send me it. I want to hear it.
I will send it to you when it's actually mixed, because I keep sending it to people, mostly you, when I eventually just change it completely because it actually sucks. But yeah, just been super busy. Like, I've been so busy.
Speaking of which, I'm excited for people to hear your musical work on a trailer that we have coming up soon. That is very exciting.
Yes.
But will have to be a teaser. More exciting music coming.
So Cosmic Soup hasn't announced the game per se.
We haven't announced the game, so Michael is scoring our video game project coming up, which will be fully announced in December. So we'll have a big trailer and, we'll spruik it a bit here. But yes, you have been doing some excellent music, and I'm excited for people to hear it and to see the game.
Yeah, I mean, you're focusing on the music, but you've made a game. I mean,
well,
who cares about
Sean's made a game.
Yeah.
No, it's very good.
Yeah, very exciting stuff. Nice to work with you, in a strictly business sense.
Yeah, to take feelings out of it.
Yeah.
And to just have pure
just dollars and cents, baby.
Intent.
It's just a transactional relationship. And exactly. I've been wanting our relationship to just turn transactional, even just
formalized.
A little. Yeah.
Yeah, it's good. I've also been fairly busy. I had a lot of game work on at the moment, and that's exciting. We're at a sort of closing in on the end part of development of Sinking City. So we're doing lots of final testing and playing through the game and finding all the things that are wrong and changing all the things that we can to make it better. And yeah, it's exciting. So as part of that, they actually gave me a PC. So Casey built the PC for me over the weekend. Yeah.
You can build a computer?
You can build it. You don't even have to just buy it. Yeah.
Wow, he's a clever boy, isn't he?
He knows how to put things into, well... what are we talking about this week, Michael?
Well, I have not thought about anything other than Jeffrey Epstein stuff. So,
really,
have you been across the latest kind of developments?
I've been watching. Last time I think you mentioned that there had been some hold-ups with the affirmation of one of the House of Representatives, I think, or senators, possibly, which has now been
sworn in,
introduced, sworn in, and then immediately there was this whole flurry of like Epstein stuff. So maybe you can catch us up.
Well, yeah, credit to Mike Johnson. He has been what?
Oh, just a phrase. No one has given credit to Mike Johnson for anything. But go ahead.
Well, it's a low bar, and
it's a very low bar.
Even this credit is it's not very valuable.
It's only credit for doing the thing he should have done already.
Yeah, he eventually did his job. But he did do it. He did swear in immediately, and I think he kind of fast tracked the vote. So the vote's going to come out this week, and the Democrats they released like a bunch of emails that day, the day that the government reopened, and Some of it
Is that coordinated? Can you explain that to me? Because I didn't quite follow the way that came about. Did they just decide to do that on a whim, or were they waiting on a procedural thing to happen?
I have no idea. I don't know if it was their intention to kind of wash it, but the day that the government reopened, they released it. So I don't know what they were playing at there strategy wise. But yeah, some of those emails are like, then there's no smoking gun of Trump's, but what it does show, it just shows details that we didn't know before. Things like Trump said he publicly has said that he had cut off contact with Epstein since early 2000s. And these emails show that Jeffrey Epstein was hosting Trump at his house the day that he got sworn in. Things like that. So like that's 2016 or 2015, 2016 or whatever. So there's just a lot of those details, and it just looks like there's absolute panic on Trump. I don't know if you've seen his tweets today, but he's gone after Thomas Massey, who's leading the charge for this to release the files.
Releasing the files.
And Thomas Massey is a Republican, but has kind of votes against Republican, has been known to vote against Republicans from time to time. Thomas Massey's wife died last year, right? Trump, this morning, our time, tweeted out, Massey is a loser. Is he married again yet? Something about just mentioning his wife, just going after him like an absolute bully. And there's a lot of, Twitter skews right wing, no matter where you find yourself in the Twitter universe.
Yeah. If you're still on Twitter, there's because you have interest in that sphere. Yeah.
Yeah. And Twitter. I know you're not a fan of Twitter, and I understand why, but it is a useful observational tool of where the kind of barometer is with MAGA, and honestly, it's like the posts that I'm seeing pop up on my feed are just going so against Trump. Like, Trump is cooked. Yeah. Trump is mentally unwell. Like, we can't stand for this anymore. So I wonder if it's crumbling.
It is fascinating, right? Because his popularity is worse than it's ever been, and that's saying something. But it's like, of both terms, it's like lower than ever.
Yeah.
And he just can't seem to shake this thing.
No.
And even now, I think it's got to the point where Republicans, both in terms of self-interest and in terms of the interest of the party, are having to start to face down the idea that there will have to be someone else in 3 years. Who is it going to be?
Yep.
And I think that's why you see people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and things starting to position themselves as anti-Trump, but within the MAGA ideal or the Republican ideal, so that they have a chance when it comes to 2028 to put themselves in the mix.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, some of what they're doing at the moment are potentially crimes. So if the new party comes in 3 years, they might find themselves, being prosecuted.
Yeah. I mean, he certainly seems like he's liberally splashing pardons around, for January 6 people, but also for like Rudy Giuliani and things. So
yeah.
I wonder if he's going to try the whole self-pardon thing.
Oh, he's definitely going to do it. Are you kidding? he'll double pardon him. So pardon me.
Pardon me.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, do you have more on the Epstein stuff you want to get to? Because I have a bit of a tangent and I don't know how closely it connects.
No, go.
What you'd be more aware of this. What is this thing that I'm seeing about? Did Trump suck off Biden or something like that? What's this?
It was Clinton.
It's
something about blowing booba. I'm not actually sure. I was wondering that myself, but I don't know. There's a lot of memes about that now. I think it's something in the emails. It's something about blowing bubba, and I think it might have become a joke, probably on X, where they're joking, oh, does that mean Trump is sucking Clinton's dick or something? I think that's what it is.
Because Alex Jones just went on this like whole rant about how if you had to avert, if it was up to me and I had to avert World War III, I'd suck some dicks. I'd suck as many dicks as it took to stop World War III. And I think his co-host looks at him like, what? But yeah, for someone who's not engaged in this like level of discourse, hearing people compare like Clinton's dick to Umur and stuff, it's just not. It's not something that I'm really across. So I was hoping that you were able to explain that to me.
The comet?
The comet, yeah, the sort of unknown, quite famously sort of rectangular or elongated shape.
Very long, very long. Hadn't heard that one. Yeah, no, it's always fun to just see MAGA turn on themselves. It's just it's like the desperate house. It's like the best version of the Desperate Housewives or something.
It's like your reality TV. Your
It
Bravo,
is my reality. It totally is. It totally is. I convince myself that it's like intellectual, whatever. It's absolutely not. It's a soap opera. I'm obsessed with the show. America.
Yeah.
of the White House.
Of Washington, yeah.
So
and it's just like, oh my God, did you see what Mike Johnson's doing? It's a soap. I mean, I get it. I mean, that's why you see people have like, talk about themselves as being like political addicts, right? Because you sort of have to be paying constant attention to like who all the characters are and what all the dynamics are. And he's angry at her because she didn't pass this bill because he said this because, it's a good analogy.
Yeah, well, the files are going to get released this week potentially, or maybe they're just voting. But yeah, by the time we talk next time, it could be different universe.
What are you actually expecting? What do you think will happen in terms of what information is there, and B, what will happen to the base or to, the interested parties?
I mean, from a lot of people that are close to this, like Michael Wolff. I don't know if you know him, the writer. He's come up in these emails.
I see the name a bit, yeah.
Yeah, he did a lot of books on Trump, and it turns out he was kind of giving Epstein PR advice during this time, so it's a little bit dicey there. But I wouldn't, if I was to guess, I don't think Trump has had sex with a minor. I don't think it would be pedophilia. But I think there's obviously something in there that he's very nervous about. Very nervous. And it could be a photo. I don't know. It's something that's just he knows that he can't win MAGA back from. I don't think he's worried about the embarrassment of it per se. He's worried that if a photo comes out and he's standing there with Epstein and an underage girl in a bikini or whatever, he's going to lose his grip on his base. And I think that's his fear.
I guess my side of it is there's so much evidence already. Like there's photos with him at parties. We have, literal felony convictions. We have accounts of him going backstage at pageants. We know the interactions. We saw the birthday cards they sent each other. We have all the commentary about them being best friends. At a certain point, there's already so much that I think a reasonable person would have not partaken in. That to me, the fact that we're still having to wait for some mythical, file release and some silver bullet almost suggests to me like there's a lot more leniency here already because it hasn't ended it yet. I guess my concern is that it wouldn't change the opinion that much.
I think the difference is that for MAGA and the right wing and certainly the far right, pedophilia is something that they are insatiable about, and they will not. That's the line that they absolutely will not cross. And the misogyny and the inappropriateness and even probably like sexual assaults on adult women are passable in their eyes, but I mean, these are the guys, these are the same people that his base, same people that talked about Pizzagate a couple of years ago, saying there's a pedophilia kind of underground cabal of all these elites. And it turns out it's your guy. It's your guy was a part of it. I think if there's a photo, if there's an incriminating enough photo, I think that could potentially be a line in the sand. But you don't know with these people. I don't know. It's an ideology.
I'm just cynical enough to think that they actually don't have concrete moral positions, that it is really just adversarial. And if you did it, if the libs did it, it's bad. And if the right wing did it, well, there's an excuse. Like we've already seen, I think it was Megyn Kelly talking about how there's a huge difference between, sex with a 9-year-old and sex with a 14-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, that was an important clarification to make.
So I don't know. I guess I'm just, we'll see
we don't
happens.
know. We don't know. Yeah.
Can I give Trump credit where it's due, please?
Yeah, absolutely.
It has been a topic of conversation this year on the podcast that the US penny is a waste of money. Costs more money to mint a penny than it is worth. So I think it's 3 cents to make a 1 cent thing, which means every time you printed a penny, you literally just burnt money. And it has been a goal of multiple generations worth of presidents and parties and politics to try and stop minting pennies. And in fact, we talked about this earlier on the pod, so go back and listen to that episode. I'll pop the link back in. But it's been a fascinating case study. And then wouldn't you fucking know it, Michael, this week, someone somewhere told the US Mint to stop fucking making pennies. And now the last ones have been made. They did it.
Yes,
they just did it.
I was gonna send you that link.
Yeah.
Well, the thing about Trump, and let's give him a bit more credit because the guy's taken some heat this week, and he could use a break from two guys from Adelaide. He gets stuff done. I mean, he's bullish about it, but he gets it done. Like, he's just like, you know what, we need a new ballroom. Take that down. Plant, redoing the rose garden. Now they're calling it the petunia garden. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, really? I didn't hear that.
Yeah, but he'll do stuff. He'll break it as he's doing it, but he'll do it. He'll do it.
Oh, God. Well, I mean, if that's the one thing that we can all agree on that we can take away from this presidency, that was a success. I'm happy for him. I'm glad that he got a win because, his numbers suggested he needed it. But I don't think they even properly explained why. I don't think there was an announcement. They just all of a sudden the news articles were out that it was over. But there are still
just a side thought of his, and someone had to go.
Or someone,
Mr. President.
I mean, bizarrely, this is the kind of thing that Doge should have been doing, but apparently not. They will not disappear because there are 250 billion of them in circulation, but they would just gather dust or very, very, very rarely be used to pay for something. But they will now, cease to be printed. And the other one is the nickel. So now everyone's attention is going to be on the 5 cent, which has also got basically no use, no value, and still costs more than 10 cents to make. So get rid of that one while we're doing it.
Look out, 5 cents. You have 10 cents shaking in their boots.
Well, there's no 5 cents in New Zealand. Did you know that? There's
no common sense, if you ask me.
Hey, yo!
Let's go.
Wow. He's on fire. Put that thing away.
I put that thing on safety, baby.
Anyway, that was my nice little aside there. How exciting. R.I.P. the penny.
How exciting. R.I.P. has never been said before.
It will be said again when Donald Trump dies.
Okie dokie.
Getting political.
Do you reckon he whacked Epstein? Because that's becoming a little bit more...
Really?
I reckon it's very possible.
You think Trump? He wasn't even in power.
I don't think he did it himself. No, he was in power. He was in power when Epstein died.
Wait, what year did Epstein die?
2019.
Oh.
June 3rd.
Was it that long ago? It was pre-COVID?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, I stand corrected.
I think it's possible Trump got him whacked, because he's, I don't know. That'd be the best story every time.
How exciting.
We've got so much to look forward to next year.
We do. We do have so much. Do you have other topics that you had burning? I have really bits and pieces and seggies.
I really don't. I've got a weird /science, but the floor is yours.
Okay, well, I'm going to take a little bit of a left turn here and talk about Spotify. I got an article here in Platformer, which is a newsletter by Casey Newton. I'm just going to read a little bit here. In July, Australian psychedelic rock band King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard pulled their music from the streaming platform Spotify. The group left in protest of Spotify CEO Daniel Ek leading a €600 million investment in Helsing, a German company that makes military drones and AI tools for weapons systems. Quote, "We just removed our music from the platform," they wrote in an Instagram post. "Can we put pressure on these Dr. Evil tech bros to do better? Join us on another platform." Over the next several days, most of the band's catalogue disappeared from the site. Visit the band's artist page on Spotify today and you'll find a single song, a remix the band did for another artist. But for some of the band's other tracks, a strange thing happened. Browsing playlists of King Gizzard's songs, some fans noted that several tracks were still available, sort of. Cue up Dead Stick, a song off the band's 2025 record Phantom Island, and what you hear is a kind of ringtone version of the original. Spotify presented this as being the real thing. Same artist name, same song name, same video artwork, a fan of the band told them. And the music is similar. If I didn't know the song already, I might not have known this wasn't the original. And this was not the only track to have been swapped out for a Muzak equivalent. The title track and another song of it were all replaced by instrumentals. Until this reporter asked, they all remained playable on the Phantom Island album page on Spotify and collectively had more than 10 million streams. So what's happening here? A Spotify spokesperson told me that because King Gizzard removed its catalogue from the platform, the fake stuff wasn't immediately caught through usual checks. But basically, someone has been making knockoff Muzak versions of other bands' work, and Spotify, once it's been removed, isn't paying enough attention and just let them be resubmitted in place. And so other people were getting royalties and credit for a different band's work on the thing.
Yeah, it's kind of clever. It's kind of clever. Like it's annoying as hell, but it is ridiculously easy to upload a song and attribute it to someone else. Like you could literally, maybe not a band like Radiohead, but you could find a band like King Gizzard, maybe Amyl and the Sniffers or something, and and you could just assign it because it takes days, if not weeks, if not months. I've seen some bands, some local bands especially, Hiatus Coyote, who have some prominence. And they've been TikToking or Instagramming about how they've been trying to get these fake songs off their account, and it's taken them a month. Yeah. And meanwhile, those royalties are still cashing in for the people who have uploaded. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is that, like, I see it sometimes where it's like new single released and I follow an artist or whatever, and then you go listen to it, you're like, that's not this band. No. Like I'm a fan of a band called Kashmir, which you've heard of, and they haven't been in action for 10, 12 years or something, but they still have a huge back catalogue that's around there. And then every now and then I'll get a post being like, a new track from Kashmir, and invariably it's either a different band that started up that's used the same name innocently, but the algorithm mashes them all together, or someone's trying to ride on the coattails and just throw a track into a relatively large back catalogue and get some plays off it.
Yeah, they got some problems, Spotify.
Yeah.
Like with their platform. I mean, they make a great product. That's the annoying thing. They make a great product, and it's people for the cost. It's going to be very hard for people en masse to remove themselves from it, but because they need an alternative that's just as good. And I don't know, I haven't explored it that much, but are there any good ones?
I'm genuinely looking into Apple Music because it does. I already have so much in the Apple ecosystem. I just find their app isn't as good, for using like the old iTunes version of like, I had local MP3s that I want to sync to my phone. It's still just shit to get around. Yeah. I haven't really tried the streaming version of it, and I can see that potentially if I was only living in a streaming world, that's probably much more usable, but iTunes is a dead app, effectively, Apple Music. So
is Tidal a thing? Has anyone?
Tidal's sort of a thing, but
I don't know anyone on it.
No. And that's kind of the thing as well, because there's sort of a social mass to it. Because if you hear a song and you want to share it with someone, yes, you could, I guess, type the album and the name and stuff, but most of the time I'm just sending a Spotify link, with the confidence that anyone can click it and listen to it.
Yeah, you need the collective gathering on there. And now they've got messaging in the app.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, I mean, I understand where they're left, because I find that gross. Like, we were not on Spotify for a very long time because I did sort of have issues with the way they handle podcasting and that sort of thing. But now, again, like if you're investing in like military weapons and AI technologies, that it gives me another reason to look at leaving. The other thing here that I just wanted to touch on, which is addressed in this column here, is there's a concept called perfect fit content, or PFC, which is Spotify's term for what's essentially stock music. It's described in a book called Mood Machine by Liz Pelly. PFC is Spotify's effort to fill up playlists that are typically listened to as background music with inexpensive alternatives to major label releases. God. The company can make deals with stock music companies in which it does not pay musicians royalties, letting it stream tracks at a much lower price that it pays the major labels. And it can be difficult, if not impossible, to spot PFC just by looking at the name of an artist or a playlist. But by 2023, Pelly writes, hundreds of popular playlists, including deep focus, ambient relaxation, and cocktail jazz, consisted almost entirely of these tracks. And this writer here would wager that Spotify's popular playlists of covers also rely on PFC. There are many popular piano covers by best-selling artists, but on an inspection, he didn't see any of them in Spotify's relaxing piano covers list. So this explains why, if you're J-Law, this guy whose music got subbed into the King Gizzard album, this explains why it's worth the effort. Because at a minimum, it might have been expected to find itself on a Spotify playlist of psychedelic instrumental covers or something, but it briefly hit the jackpot, and it was actually swapped in for the real thing, with almost no one being the wiser.
I fucking hate that.
It's just gross.
It's like you're being tricked. I would feel so violated if I found out that I had been listening to some AI that had just slipped its way into my ambient playlist.
Yeah. I mean, and to be fair, it's not explicitly saying that they are AI, but I'm 100% confident that's the direction it's headed. We know that there's AI in the deluge of, new tracks. In the last year, Spotify removed 75 million spam tracks and introduced stronger rules against impersonation, as well as a way to voluntarily disclose they used AI. So they're trying to thread this needle where it's acceptable. You just have to tell people you're doing it. But where did those AI tracks come from? They're based off of musicians.
Yeah.
Right?
It's kind of like that ChatGPT thing. Maybe you were telling me about this, about you can't, like books, like ChatGPT kind of revealed itself to be kind of scanning the internet for books that, what was that about again?
There was a lawsuit by a lot of publishers, I think, because if you ask ChatGPT to summarize or quote books or something, they'll often come out with passages, and that's copyrighted material. So the only way it can get that is by having ingested that material.
Yeah, interesting.
Anyway, I just thought it was interesting the way that those sort of fake tracks pop up and the reasons behind it. But I do, as someone who generally listens to music during the day, I have on occasion, popped in the sort of ambient background stuff, and it's icky to think that that's mostly just either stock music, which requires, at least musical creativity, but which half the time is predicated on someone else's template, or even AI stuff. It just,
I mean, instrumental music is 90% of what I listen to, and ambient music, and I feel, maybe those genres are vulnerable to this stuff more than others.
Totally.
And I don't like that one bit. They got to be careful, Spotify, though. I mean, because if they lean into this too hard, I mean, they could really lose a bunch of their customers.
Cachet.
But maybe people don't. Maybe again, we're thinking like in our world and in our kind of way of thinking, but maybe people don't think about music that much, and it's just there.
I don't know. I think that you're playing with fire a bit there, because the artists still have a choice whether or not they put their music on that service, and if they feel like that's a lowest common denominator, slop pool where you can go to just get your background filler, then people will just choose not to put the music there. And at a certain point, if Taylor Swift, takes all her songs away, then Spotify's not going to have any, major draw cards to get you in the door. True. It sort of becomes a little bit of like the Netflix problem where it feels like their model is, we want you to have something on all the time in the background, and it just hits like a minimum quality threshold to not raise eyebrows, but it never like soars. And I think there are diminishing returns to that.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, we could start doing it with podcasts. There might be fake deep thought shows based on the genius of this show. In a few years, and people won't know what's
you already did
different.
It. You made a clip of AI of us talking.
I also do plan to create a whole AI episode of this.
Oh no!
As a gift to you. And
please. The gift to me can be you not doing that.
Too bad. You get what you're given. It's not about you. It's about what I want.
Yeah. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this episode, thank you so much for partaking. It's been really nice to have you here with us and for us to be with you in your ears. If you're wanting to listen to more things, then scroll down the podcast feed and listen to some of those older episodes. There are plenty there, and they were all perfectionist, endeavors by us, lovingly handcrafted with many hours worth of human effort, and you'd be supporting that by going and listening to more. You can also get in contact with us if you'd like by going to deepfort@gmail.com and writing an email. You can find us on Instagram and Facebook. You can rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts, or indeed on Spotify, where you can also leave comments, a feature which is also not very popular. Thank you very much for your time.
Well said, Nick. I listened to every word of that and I loved it.
Thank you. Have you got any myths? Because I have one myth.
Yeah, I got one myth too.
Okay, let's play some myths.
Michael's myth. Annoyed, displeased, riled up, offended, aggrieved, irritated, chagrined, pissed off, put out, resentful, and big, discontented. Michael's myth.
Here's my myth, Michael. It's really short. It's really sweet. I hate it when an American says that something happened on accident, when in fact it happened by accident.
Yes.
End of myth.
Great myth. Great myth. Clean myth.
Just really,
nice.
Just really. It shouldn't myth me as much as it myths me, but it myths.
It's yeah. I mean, it's when people say, what's that thing that they say that I hate? Should have or should of. Someone says a should of. I'm like, right, I'll think of you as an idiot for the rest of my life now. I'm sorry. it's all fine. What
if it happened on accident?
Yeah. No, I hear you. I see you, and quite frankly, I feel you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
My myth is also verbally related. I'm sick of people saying it's giving. This Gen Z thing, I get a shiver up my spine every time I hear someone say it. It's giving summer vibes. I'm like, shut the fuck up. I hate it when people just jump on a bandwagon of a word or a phrase, and I'm like, you're losers. You're just saying that. You didn't even know what that meant. If I was one guy who said that 5 years ago, you'd be like, what the fuck does that mean? But now everyone says it on TikTok, and you're like, I'm gonna say it because I'm cool. I'm like, it's giving me.
So it's giving me myth
specifically. It's giving me big myth.
It's giving you big myth.
Probably not years ago, right? But it's giving me myth vibes.
Is this specifically a myth about the wrong generation, like the a 30-year-old, 40-year-old embracing the Gen Z terminology, like it's the wrong era person, or would you be angry at even like someone on TikTok who's like 21 saying it?
Honestly, I think it's more big picture than that. My myth, Nick. It is a macro myth.
Okay. Macro myth.
I think it's more. My myth is with just people kind of copying a thing and then presenting it as cool. I hate hype. I hate it when a thing is hyped and then it's just like people just adopt it. I just find it really, really fucking annoying. I didn't even like it when
It's the bandwagon stuff.
it's the bandwagon stuff.
You're cringing off.
I was 13, I don't know, when Harry Potter came out, but I remember at the time I was like, can everyone shut up about Harry Potter? I was like, I refuse to read those books or see those movies because everyone liked it.
Because you knew even back then that J.K. Rowling was a transphobe, and you were planting a flag in the sand, and you said, this woman is going to go off.
That's why I started reading them later in life. I was like, what is this Azkaban? Actually, it sounds kind of a magical place.
Yeah, you really took a turn. Now you're speaking my language.
Yeah, I'm a fan of JK's later work.
Well, you can look forward to the series then. Alrighty, any other myths you want to get off your chest?
Not off the top of my noggin.
Then let's wreck, man. Let's keep this shit moving. Wreck engine. I'm gonna grab the keys. Welcome to Deep Thought's recommendation engine. Michael, my lad, my boy, let me start with a small television show by our friend Tim Robinson called The Chair Company. Are you watching The Chair Company?
I've seen half an episode.
Okay. For those who don't know, Tim Robinson, one of the former SNL writers, he went off and did that sketch show, I Think You Should Leave, on Netflix, which is very much our bag. And he did Friendship, the movie with Paul Rudd that we talked about not that long ago, really. And now he's already out with an HBO series, The Chair Company. It is almost like an extended I Think You Should Leave sketch. Very weird, very surreal, very Tim Robinson humor, but 8 episodes of an ongoing story about a guy who sits on a chair that breaks and then gets sucked into a corporate conspiracy. It is extremely funny to me. It is extremely niche. Michael, you've watched half an episode. Do you think you'll watch any more?
No, I was. I didn't turn it off because I turned it off because I knew I wasn't completely focused. So I was like, I'm just going to save this to do that. I actually had to look up whether or not it was an extension. It was a spin-off of Friendship, the movie, because that's what I initially thought for like 10 minutes. I was like, it's just exactly the same.
Because Lake Bell as like the sort of the lovely wife versus like Kate Mara, and you know it almost feels like the same like archetypal.
Yeah, and it was the same tone, and
family and tone. Yeah, I mean it's directed by the same guy as well. So
as Friendship,
he did the first 2 episodes, if not all. I don't think he did all of them. He definitely did the first 2.
How many episodes are there?
I think it's 8.
Okay, and that's is it going to be one and done, or
don't know, not sure.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so it is just very strange. It's almost like an office comedy. It's like all of the I Think You Should Leave office skits, but like mashed together with like conspiracy thriller, and yeah, I to try and explain why it's funny sort of is impossible. And would defeat the purpose. But if you like that kind of flavor of things, you already know if you like I Think You Should Leave or Friendship. It's that feel, and if you do want more of it, it's good. It's really good.
Yeah, I'll check it out. Maybe even tonight.
Wreck me, please.
I got a couple of docos for you. I want to start with one that's on Netflix called The Perfect Neighbor. You heard about this?
Huh? No, I haven't.
It's one of the best documentaries I've ever seen. It's true crime, I guess, but it's not murdery kind of, it's not that. It's done entirely in body cam footage and security camera, so there's no like talking head kind of interviews that are staged. There's none of that Netflix kind of documentary style that we're used to, all done from the body cam from the cops and stuff. There's one particular moment in there that, I mean, Lauren and I were just, honestly, we were just weeping. Like it's incredibly powerful. It's on Netflix.
But what's the premise? What are we following? So it's body cam stuff, but is it one person? Is it?
So it's from multiple colors. So the elevator pitch for it would be there's a kind of a Karen type neighbor in this neighborhood, kind of low working class. I think it's in Florida. And there's a lot of kids in the area, and she keeps calling the cops. This Karen, older lady that lives by herself, keeps calling the cops on this family, on these kids that play in the yard, or play in the park, which is next to her house, carrying on. And everyone knows that she's kind of annoying, and they try and do their best to keep the kids. And then there's a murder happens that involves this lady. I won't say what happens, but there's a murder that happens, and then we get the kind of the trial and the prosecution, and then she goes back to the house, and it's really great. It's really interesting, really great.
Okay, I'll put it on the list. Thank you. And doco number 2?
Doco number 2 was a fun little doco called Secret Mall Apartment. It's pretty light watch, but in the 90s, these kind of artist group of friends, they to protest a big mall that was being built somewhere in the US, I forget where. It was basically blocking the view of the skyline and everything, but the council at the time were like, no, we need a mall. So they built this big artificial mall, and it looked crap. And then this artist kind of group of friends worked out that they could, if they went down a emergency door, and went up all these kind of back tunnels in the mall, they could have their own space. And they set up over a few years. They built like a fully functional apartment with a toilet and a sink, and they didn't tell anyone about, like, they only carefully brought people in. It's produced by Jesse Eisenberg.
But what was the space like? What were they using? Just the escape?
Yeah, I mean, they worked out how
the staircase.
Yeah, they got a blueprint of the thing. I mean, this is all what the documentary is. But they get a blueprint and work out where they can get in a couch without being seen by security, and it's all this kind of crazy, quirky stuff. And just a really kind of fun, kind of feel good documentary.
What was that one called again?
Secret Mall Apartment.
On Netflix as well?
No, I don't know where that one is. Okay. But produced by Jesse Eisenberg, so it's got a bit that kind of
got a bit of cachet. Yeah. I have 2 more shows for you, Michael. The first one is Pluribus. Early days on Pluribus here, but I think everyone's talking about it. This is the first new show from Vince Gilligan, the creator of Breaking Bad, and the underrated but arguably better series Better Call Saul. Pluribus is a somewhat science fiction kind of X-Files-y Twilight Zone premise. I don't want to give too much away, because part of the fun of watching those kind of things is see how the world falls apart. But there have been 3 episodes out now. It stars Ray Seahorn, who was incredible in Better Call Saul and is now leading this show. And have you heard anything about it, Michael?
I actually watched the first 5 minutes the other day.
Oh shit! Yeah.
So and I was hooked with the astronomer thing at the start.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Basically they get a signal from deep space hits the Earth, and things start to turn bad very quickly. And it follows Ray Seahorn's character, who is a romantasy writer who writes about sexy pirates and hates it. And she's an unlikely hero, to say the least. It has all of the things I like, really well-considered, methodical filmmaking. I love a show which takes the time to show us how characters do things. That's arguably the strongest attribute of a show like Breaking Bad or Better Call Saul, was like process, showing how people did a complex thing is really addictive. And this is a show that shows the moment-to-moment breakdown of the world in a really interesting way, and also of the characters. And it's giving...
Is that a joke?
I said it quite sincerely, and then realized it was reminding me of The Leftovers, which was a show that I loved about sort of the people living in the post-apocalypse. And I don't know where it's going, which is very exciting. I like a series where I can't predict the destination at all, but it could go anywhere. And just to wrap up my little spiel on it, when it came to Breaking Bad, there was sort of a famous, at least in the TV circles, one-line pitch that Vince Gilligan would use to sell Breaking Bad, which was, we're going to turn a guy from Mr. Chips into Scarface. Mr. Chips, an old, very sweet character. I don't really understand the reference. Scarface, you understand Scarface. But as a one-line pitch, it was, we're going to turn someone from a nice guy you sympathize into the most horrible person. On a podcast that I was listening to, they asked if there had been a one-line pitch for Pluribus. And there was, and the line was, the most miserable person on earth has to save the world from happiness. I was like, fuck, you got me. That's great. That's the greatest. That's awesome. So if that sounds like your thing, please check out Pluribus. It's on Apple TV. It's really good.
There's nothing funnier than a miserable person.
Exactly. It's true.
Which is why I'm so funny. By the way, on the It's Giving thing, I think I'll have to give a pass to gays because I think it might be a part of gay culture.
I was wondering if it was homophobic.
Whoa, okay. Or you're just constantly wondering if anything I say
just wondering.
has
Just
undercurrent of... Okay, yeah. Fair enough, fair enough.
We do remember when you were discussing how you thought you were just using "it's gay" as a slur, and not with any sort of homophobia. So now there's just a big question mark.
Yeah, over my sexuality. Why? Who just?
No, about the way you feel about us.
Oh,
as
thank
a
God.
species. Yeah.
Okay. This is not my rec, but just speaking of all things gay, have you seen I Love LA? It's probably not your brand. It's kind of like the New Girls pitching as. It's only 2 eps out. Anyway, I found it very funny.
It's a comedy series, is it?
Yeah. That's not my rec.
Okay.
People, if you're listening.
I
I'm not officially endorsing that yet. It's too early.
Okay.
I cannot give it my famous deep thought
strike it from the
seal of
agenda.
Approval.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God. The other movie I had is a queer movie as well. Oh my God. Okay. So this is
the rumors are coming back.
Dad doesn't listen to this show, so it's fine. It's a movie called Twinless, and I think it's like an 80-minute short movie. It's a comedy. It's about a guy who loses his twin, his identical twin, and he gets hit by a car, and he strikes up in a support group full of people who have also lost their twin. Strikes up a friendship with this gay man. So his brother. So his brother was gay. The twin that died was gay.
Mm-hmm.
So the brother who's straight goes to the support group, strikes up a friendship with another man who's in the support group for people who have lost their twin.
Yeah.
Who is also gay. And they strike up a friendship, and some drama ensues, but it's kind of a fun, sweet movie, and I liked it a lot. I think you would like it, not because of the gay thing, but kind of. But it's just kind of funny. It's a nice, well written movie, and I think you'd like it.
Any stars that we'd know? Anyone you recognize?
Yeah, you probably recognize.
Oh, because they're gays.
I don't know, maybe James Sweeney.
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, so he's the director as well. James Sweeney. You might recognize.
Oh, Dylan O'Brien. Yeah, I have seen about this. I do know the one you mean.
Right.
Yeah, I haven't seen it. Is that in theaters, or did you say that's on Netflix?
Not everything's on Netflix, Nick.
Okay, I just can't remember because you only seem to watch things on Netflix if you watch things.
I don't even have Netflix.
Sure. Okay, I'll look out for
I really don't. Yeah. I really don't have Netflix.
You really don't? Okay.
Well. No, I have Streamio. Do you have Streamio, dude?
No, I don't. No, it sounds gross.
It's a bit illegal, yeah.
Yeah. I have one more rec for you, and this one is, bringing it full circle back to reality TV. Michael, I want to talk to you about Celebrity Traders UK.
All right. Is this the one that Lauren's been obsessed with?
I hope so, because she's a woman of taste and caliber. Celebrity
Is this
Traders.
with Jonathan Ross?
with Jonathan Ross and
so
Stephen Fry and Tom
not shut up
Daly
about
and
this.
Celia Imrie and Joe Wilkinson and all of them. And if you wouldn't mind just leaving the room, and I'll talk to Lauren about it because we have things to talk about. But the long and short of it is, Traitors is a game of sort of like Mafia equivalent sort of party game where you have a saboteur among the group, multiple saboteurs in fact, and then you have a bunch of what they call faithful, innocent people playing the game, sort of in that mole, the mole kind of thing where you're trying to sabotage things. But they're trying to find the traitors, and the traitors are trying to last to the end, and it's all for charity. So they're just raising money, and whoever wins or is standing at the end gets some money to the charity of choice. But it's just, I'm not a huge reality guy.
It does look very fun. It does look very fun.
It looks really fun. I'm not a huge reality guy, but I love my British panel shows. And these are just royalty. These are just like pure icons of British comedy and TV. Hosted by Claudia Winkleman. There's a whole bunch of really recognizable faces. Celia Imrie, who is one of Britain's greatest actors, going there and having the time of her life. And then each week they start to like whittle them down and vote people off. And there's the conniving and the deal making and the I suspect you and the who's protected. And, we've got to work together to get this guy out. And, oh, they were wrong and oh, they're right. And it's just really compelling. I told Dad to watch it and he binged it in like 3 days. Like, it's just a good show.
Lauren has been obsessed. I was kind of going in and out. Like, I saw that she was I saw that it was like a reality show, so I was like, "Oh, this is not."
Yeah, it's easy
I'm
to
just going to do my own
but
thing. But then I heard Jonathan Ross's little voice in the other womb, and then I was like, Jonathan Ross." And then I came in and Alan Carr's so funny.
Alan Carr's hilarious at all times. Joe Wilkinson being like really tactical. Nick Mohammed. A whole bunch of like interesting people. There's young singers and like YouTube types, and then like again Stephen Fry in there sitting in his like fucking library, being like, we have to work out, we have to work together to vote out these traitors and things. And
I've seen like 10 minutes of one episode, and I saw two amazing moments in there, both from Stephen Fry. I think they were doing something where they dunk their head in the water and have to listen to a thing, and he walks away and he goes, it's kind of a shot in the distance, and he goes, I'm a grown man, what the fuck am I doing? I was on the floor. And then I saw another moment I did in the same episode where I don't know the ins and outs of the game, but they were deciding on how to approach the thing. They were at a round table.
Yeah.
And then Stephen Fry suggested something I've never seen on a reality show, which is like an interesting kind of intellectual kind of way to approach it. He goes, we don't have to, there's another way that we can do this. We don't have to do it. We can like boycott.
We don't.
And I was like,
I think he suggests we don't actually have to talk about it at all.
We
just
don't
write
have to
down
discuss
a thought without discussing, because not to spoil, in any depth really, but they'd been failing. They had not been getting rid of traitors, and they started to worry that the traitors were being able to sway people at the table and get away with it. So perhaps the logical thing to do was to prevent that by not having any discussion whatsoever, and everyone just gut votes blind effectively. But yeah, it's really interesting. It's like game theory. It's got that sort of addictive secret holding. And the fun part for the audience is the audience knows who the traitors are the whole time. So they're all in on it when you're watching, and it's up to, you're invested then on, are they going to find them out? Are they going to win?
It's kind of like the opposite of this show.
Yeah.
If you think about it now.
Well, actually, I have an idea for how people might get invested in listening to this episode.
Right.
And I think this is going to revolutionize podcasting. I'm pretty excited about this. The listener has already enjoyed this podcast. This is going at the end of the episode, but Michael, this is for you, the very start. I want to introduce a brand new segment. The only thing is I don't have a great name yet. But for now, it's called Code Words. Here's what I want to do, Michael. I'm going to give you a word. You're going to give me a word. We then go and have a lovely podcast together. The goal is to slip that code word into the podcast in such a naturalistic way that the listener does not know that that word or phrase was actually a setup this whole time. And you win if you get all the way through the episode and you haven't had your code word identified. The listeners are really in a disadvantage here because they've never heard this segment before in their lives. But now we have this whole other sub-goal of this game, and I think it's going to be wonderful.
Once again, brilliant. You've done it again. There's a great idea. Can't believe you never thought about it. It is going to revolutionize podcasting. There's no way it can't.
There's no way it can't. It has to succeed.
Kind of feeling like it's maybe a little bit inspired by the off-menu kind of secret menu item.
True. There is that. Yeah, there's
okay,
an
pretending that you didn't know that. Yeah, okay.
No, I mean, I didn't join the dots in my head, but it probably was inspired in some way by that level of threat. Except here it's the other way around because we're both in on it and the listener has had no idea. So really the trick is...
They're the guest on
they are the guest.
Cruel show.
We're bringing you in as part of the parasocial relationship. And the really fun thing is that we can play this anytime we want.
Yeah. You'll never listen to the show the same way again.
You'll have to think in the moment, was that a setup? Is there going to be a game of code words that's been happening this whole episode? Or is that just something Michael said?
Yeah. And then they'll be coming up to us in the street, presumably, and going, was the code word fish? And I'll be like, no, there's no code word this week. Come on. It's not no code word every week.
Yeah. So this is the thing. What you're currently listening to, this is the end of this pod. So they are going to find out what the code word is right now. And it's up to you to think back on your listening experience. Did you notice this when Michael said this word? Because his code word this week was petunias.
You're going to go
petunias.
Petunias. What is a petunias?
It's a type of flower.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, should we just do one, right? Or
no. Now, Michael, you need to give me one. I'll try and slip it in, and we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see if we both get away with it.
Hold on. I wasn't in a weird word thinking mood.
No, I get it. This literally occurred to me 10 minutes ago, so I've had a slight time advantage, but not that much time to think about it.
Okay. I do have a bunch. Listen, what about?
What did you look up? Do you have a saved note?
I do. It's more. It's not necessarily for this specifically. But, about Oumuamua.
Oumuamua. That's a good one. One. Okay. So, listeners, did you catch me saying Oumuamua? Did you think anything of it? Did you catch Michael saying petunias? Did you think anything of it? How many points did you get? Let us know. And be on the lookout because at any point in the future, we might be playing a game of code words.
Right, so now we got to start the show.
Yeah, so that's the end of the show. How do we feel?